Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It's that time again. It's Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock. It is time for the Sports Minion Radio Show. I'd like to welcome everybody here today. Got a great show, got a lot of sports stories, got a great CP topic that we're going to talk about. I'd like to welcome everybody as they come in. Hey, Nikki, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Glad to see you. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Sports Minion Radio Show today. I am going to go through some sports stuff first, but I'm going to take about 30 minutes to talk about the topic that we're going to talk about today, which is a little bit of my journey, and we're going to go through some of that. And I'm hopefully going to have Grandmaster Jack Dart come in a little bit here too. Very happy to – hey, sweetheart. Very happy to have everybody with us. So as you come in, let me get through these sports stories and everything, and then we're going to go right into the CP issue. There's a couple of topics I want to talk about right off the bat. I want to congratulate Coach Jimmy Johnson and Coach Bill Cowher being the 327th and 328th inductees into the Hall of Fame. And you look at a Hall of Fame career and you look at them, Coach, and you ask yourself, there are 8 nominees, and I understand, sweetie, and I appreciate you coming in and staying on for as long as you can. You look at these coaches, what makes a Hall of Fame coach? To me, coming into that straight off the bat is dedication. I mean, you've got defenses, offenses, special teams, you've got coordinators, you've got facilities, you've got games, you've got practices, you've got playbooks, you've got all these things that you have to manage. And yes, you have offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators and all these other coaches. But when the team is looked at, when the team itself is looked at, you're at the top of the game. You're the one that's seen the most, not the owner, not just the players, but the head coach. The head coach, when he's good, he's great, and when he's bad, he's everything to blame. And for Jimmy has seen Dallas at 2-14. Jimmy has helped take Dallas to a Super Bowl to several. Bill Cowher the same way, and it continues to see what they do outside of the community, what they, who they are outside of the community, and the people that they've become. As an announcer, after these, people have had, plus 20-year careers, have been in, the NFL for so long. Poor Jimmy was so choked up when he heard the announcement, he couldn't even talk. He had tears coming down, and Jimmy's got real bad asthma. So, I mean, I thought he was going to have an asthma attack on the air. And, it makes me happy to see, coaches that have a legacy and that have, good coaching ability. I mean, Jimmy did it with Miami. Jimmy did it with Dallas. And of course, Bill Cowher did it with Pittsburgh. You look at what they have as individuals, and you say, wow, everyone, it's like Bill Cowher said, every one of those 8 nominees deserve to be there, deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But he is honored, and I love how the emotion was real, and you get to see the emotion, because let me tell you, football is an emotional game. 16 games in the regular season, plus the playoffs, plus the preseason, plus training camp. See, coaches have to go through all that stuff too. And it's amazing to me to see these guys get inducted, and they deserve it. And congratulations to you both. I think that's an amazing thing. And what you've done with Fox and with NBC and Monday Night Football, NFL Network. I mean, you've got to look at all of this stuff. And when you've got a season like that, it takes a toll. And to do it, 10 plus seasons, 15 plus seasons, 8 plus seasons, all of this, that takes a toll on you as an individual, because it's a long, long process. And not to mention, you have to deal with all the off-field stuff. So, I mean, there's a lot involved in a coach being a coach. But to have a Hall of Fame career, Bill Cowher's coaching philosophy and what he believes in and how he coaches, nose to the grindstone. You got to work. You got to put forth the effort. And when something doesn't go his way, he never blamed anybody else. He blamed himself. He didn't make excuses. Jimmy was the same way. We've got to be able to be held accountable for who we are and what we are as men and as women too. I think eventually there will be women coaches in the NFL. I believe that is coming because if a woman can run for president of the United States, a woman can also coach in the NFL, and I believe that they have the ability to do it. There are women referees in wrestling in the WWE. There are women referees in almost every sport. There are women golfers, and I'm gonna tell you what, there are some smart women in this country, and women are taking over, and that's okay. If they can do the job and they can do the job well, I say let them do it. They have they have the ability, and they have the credentials to do it. I made up a new word, confidentials, credentials to do it. I think they should do it. I think it's going to be a great thing, and I think we're going to see a lot of that. Now, kind of going around the same thing. You have to look at life as you're not guaranteed tomorrow. I've heard so many people say that, and I've heard so many people understand. You could hear in the speeches that they made, because they got Jimmy and Bill Cowher both while they were on the set on national TV. And Troy Aikman, when they got Jimmy, Troy Aikman was broadcasting the Green Bay game. Okay, and he's on national TV broadcasting, and they announced that Jimmy got the Hall of Fame nomination as the 328th coach to be in the 328th Hall of Fame inductee, and you look at it and you go, Troy Aikman is crying. I mean, that meant as much to Troy as it did to Jimmy, because again, Troy Aikman was the Dallas Cowboys quarterback that Jimmy coached, and Troy understands the philosophy that Jimmy had on the organization. Now, in no way am I a Cowboys fan, but I'll call it like I see it. When you have a coach that has the credentials and the abilities that Jimmy has, and you have a coach like Bill Cowher that has the abilities and the credentials that he has, you have to understand they know what they're doing, because you can coach them up all you want. You can coach them up all you want. But if they don't execute, it comes back on you. Are you a bad coach? No, you just have to adjust and be able to go to what you're going to go to. All right, let me get into this right here. Larry Fitzgerald for the Arizona Cardinals is now returning for his 17th season. Now, I read this, and this is awesome right here, and I just want to read a little bit of this. Larry Fitzgerald's another one that has had a Hall of Fame career. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. There's no doubt about it. Legendary Arizona Cardinals receiver Larry Fitzgerald will return to the team in 2020 after signing a one-year contract return for his 17th season in the NFL. The club announced on Wednesday the 36-year-old player in 2019. The 36-year-old played the 2019 season under a new head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, and caught passes from a rookie quarterback in Kyler Murray. Now, this is what Larry said, and I was really taken back by this, because this guy's done this 17 times. This season was among the most fun of my career. The future is so bright for this team. I relish the opportunity to build with this talented young nucleus. Arizona is where I started and where I will finish 2020. Let's go to work. Hashtag Go Cards, hashtag Red Sea at Arizona Cardinals. Now, let me just read a little bit of this down here, because the career he's had so far. Fitzgerald was the Cardinals' leading receiver in 2019, recording 75 catches for 804 yards and 4 touchdowns. He averaged 10.7 yards per reception, his highest mark since 2015. The future Hall of Famer is the NFL's active leader in career receptions, 1,378, receiving yards, 17,083, and touchdowns, 120. He currently ranks second all-time in career receptions, trailing Jerry Rice by 171 catches, and second all-time in receiving yards, tailing Rice by 5,812. So let me explain something. To sit here and be able to talk about to sit here and talk about Larry Fitzgerald. I have never seen a more dedicated individual. And here's the thing. He started with Arizona, has never went to another team, and has played. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that. Has played 17 seasons with the same team. Okay, Darrell Green did it, I believe, for 21. He was with the Redskins. Now, I really, and you talk about work ethic. He's 36 years old. Okay, in the NFL, when you hit 30, you start hitting 31, 32. Your market value goes down simply because of your age, and you're looked at. Oh, well, he don't have it no more. To record 804 yards with the season that Arizona had and the record that Arizona had, Larry Fitzgerald is doing something right, because he keeps himself in shape. He goes to practice. He goes to work. He does what he's supposed to do. He was under Bruce Arians. He's now under Cliff Kingsbury. He's got Kyler Murray, who's a rookie quarterback. When you have a veteran receiver, okay, a veteran receiver that can do his job, run his routes, and give you confidence when a young rookie is throwing the ball, that says something about Kyler Murray himself, because it gives him confidence. It gives Fitzgerald confidence in knowing that he's going to get the ball, and knowing that after 17, now in his 17th season, so after 16 seasons, he can still do this and do it well. To trail Jerry Rice and to still be on top of his game and to only trail him by 5,000. Now, he's not going to get 5,000 yards in a season, okay? And if he goes one more, he might catch him. He might get 1,000-yard season and be, 4,000 behind or 3,000 behind. He might get there. I don't know if Larry Fitzgerald will catch him, but I'll tell you right now, he might get that 171 though. I can tell you that. He might catch that 171. That's not unrealistic for him. I believe that because of his dedication and his dedication to his team and to himself, to sit there and say, "Oh, this guy's got the skills," and to stay with the same team and know that's where he belongs, and to have that much faith in his team, is a remarkable thing. So congratulations to Larry Fitzgerald on his returning 17th season for 2020. Let me go over this now on the other end of the spectrum. Now here's where there comes a time in football, and this is really, really, really important. There comes a time in football where you have to make a decision. I hate to say this, but this league is complete tragedy on the body. Luke Kuechly has announced his retirement from football. He's 28 years old. Okay, he's had 8 seasons with Carolina. Now, here's the thing. Football, and they are trying to cut this down, and they've done a wonderful job. But concussions in football go hand in hand. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you don't think you've got it, and you don't think you can do it anymore, it's time to walk away. And I agree with Luke here. Here's what they said. Pro Bowl linebacker Luke Kuechly announced his retirement Tuesday after 8 seasons with the Carolina Panthers. The 28-year-old missed 10 games due to concussions, more than one, throughout his career, but he didn't explicitly state that he had injuries that contributed to his unexpected decision to walk away for the NFL. This is what he said. This is what he said, and I quote, "There's only one way to play the game since I was a little kid. Play fast, play physical, and play strong," he said in a video posted to the team. "At this point, I don't know if I am able to do that anymore. That's the part of the most that part is the most difficult. I still want to play, but I don't think it's the right decision. In my heart, I know it's the right thing to do," is the title of his video there. Kentucky first-round pick of the Carolina Panthers in 2012 out of Boston College. He was named to the seventh consecutive Pro Bowl and All-Pro team at the end of the regular season. He was the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2012 and the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. His 18 interceptions since entering the league ranks first among linebackers, as do his 1,092 tackles. That's a lot of tackles for a linebacker. While I wish we could have him for many more years, he has done everything the right way, and we respect his decision that he's made. Now, I want to go over something here, and I want to tell you why. At a young age, 28, to retire in 28, being 28 from the NFL, that's a young retirement. Okay? You look at Luke Kuechly, as good as he is, and if you go and look up his career, he's really good. Okay? Over 1,000 tackles for a linebacker. That's unheard of. Over 1,000 tackles for a linebacker. That's why he ranks first among the NFL for his catches. For his catches. If you look at 18 interceptions for a linebacker. It's crazy. 1,092 tackles. He had 2 years left on his contract, and he was due to make $10 million. Here's the thing. When you look at this, and this is where I kind of run around for a lack of better term. It really makes me happy when a player realizes that it's time to hang it up, and he does it respectfully, and he's not a vegetable by the time he goes out. What I don't like to see is a player hold on too long because of the love of the game, but he's got to eat and drink through a straw because he's been hit so much he can't form his own words, and you got to know when to stop. It's the same thing with wrestling. It's the same thing with football. It's the same thing with baseball. There are things that contribute in these sports. Hello and welcome to the Sports Minion Radio Show. Whoever joined me, I can't see who you are quite yet, but I want to thank you for joining me. You got to look and you got to say, okay, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. I either have to make this work or I don't. And if it's time to hang it up and you realize that it's time to go, that's what you've got to do. That's what you've got to see. All right, I got one more story I want to cover, and then I want to get into this my cerebral palsy segment because it's important. And this right here is a little bit scary. Okay, I read this article. Okay, and it kind of opened my eyes a little bit. I'm not going to go into the full thing here. Let me just read a little bit of the title of the article here. Family of Ravens fan who died at game questioned whether the team responded fast enough to save him. Okay, here's the thing. This is a big deal. When anybody dies, everybody's going to question everything because it's got to be done faster than you can do it, and you got to save the life. And is it always good enough? Family member of the Baltimore Ravens fan who fell and died at Saturday's game are questioning whether the team acted fast enough to save the man's life, according to WBAL TV 11. Mike Kahar, I hope I'm saying that name right, 30. He was 30 years of age, died during Saturday's game after falling and hitting his head on the stadium steps. Kahar's sister, Holly Stevenson, said she believes it took the team too long to get Kahar the attention he needed. The main concern was they were all waving fans and everything for the ushers to come over. It took them so much time to come over, and when they did, they didn't know who to call, and the response time for anybody with any type of training was after 15 minutes, Stanton said. The Ravens released a statement sending their sympathies to Kahal's family. In a statement, the team detailed how it responded to the incident. The Ravens said, medical professionals reached Kahal within 3 minutes. Kahal was reportedly taken to the first aid room after 14 minutes. He was then transferred to an ambulance roughly 15 minutes after that. Stanton claimed the Ravens professionals did a poor job treating Kahal initially. She said the team did not know how to handle Kahar, who was 6'6". She also said Kahar slid off a gurney as he was being tended to by professionals. Shanna said she wanted to make sure the Ravens were handling the situation right to ensure that this doesn't happen to another fan at the stadium. It's the third death to occur at M&T Bank Stadium in less than a year. On December 15th, a body was found in a porta potty outside of the stadium last February, and a man died after being engulfed in flames and running out of the porta potty toilet. I'm sorry. Running out of a porta potty toilet in the parking lot. All right. I have a question for a moment. I don't mean to laugh, but how in the world do you engulf yourself in flames in a porta potty? Now, I don't want to make light of this situation. I don't know why they put this in this article, because I read it and I'm like, I read it before and I laughed and I said, okay, I can read it now and not laugh. No, I can't. I am sorry this dude died, and I want to, I'm trying to be professional as I can. How in the world, I want to say another word, but I can't do it on Facebook Live. How in the world do you engulf yourself in flames coming out of a porta potty? Now, I didn't know poop was that explosive. I'm trying really hard not to go crazy on this. But how in the world you burn up after going to the bathroom? Did you eat something that spicy to where you burn up going? Look, I'm not trying to be funny, but that right there, why in the world did y'all put this in that order? You cannot burn yourself up coming out the bathroom unless you got gasoline and matches and alcohol and you drop the bottle and light the match and turn. How in the world are you going to burn yourself up coming out the bathroom? Now, I'm sorry, I can't figure that out. Anyway, condolences to the Kahar family. I want to, it's hard to lose anybody. It's hard to lose anybody. And condolences to the man who got burned up in the porta potty bathroom. I know I just made a joke about it, but I'm telling you, I know life is tough. I don't know how you burn yourself coming out the porta potty and set yourself on fire and run through the park. Don't you know, stop, drop, and roll? I'm sorry. But anyway, I really feel bad. And it's never fast enough and never good enough when somebody loses a family member. So I wanted to go over that. And, as hard as it is, you've got to, just stay the course and do what you feel is right. If you feel the staff didn't do a good enough job, you should pursue it. And I hope that you get, what you deserve and that, you can find closure in this moment. Last thing I want to go over before I hit the CP segment, which I'm going to do in just a minute. I want to go over the scores real quick for next week and my predictions. All right. Two things. Ravens in Tennessee, that was a shocker. But I'm going to tell you right now, Ryan Tannehill did his thing. And Henry, that man is a beast. If you can't stop the running game, that's on you. And I've said running quarterbacks, when they get stopped, and Lamar Jackson is a running quarterback, that happens. They're done. Tennessee moves on. Houston and the Chiefs, great game. That was 28-12 for the Tennessee Titans. Houston lost to the Kansas City Chiefs at 51-31. Houston was up 24-0 in the first quarter, and Mahomes put on a clinic after that. 8 straight drives with a touchdown. 7 straight drives with a touchdown. Seahawks and Packers, there was controversy on that last catch for the first down. Seattle thought they should have had the ball. He got the first down. Bottom line, you could see forward progress. He got it. I believe he got it. All right, so that was 28-23. Green Bay won that one, and Chiefs again won 51-31. As far as next week, AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game. Let me go over. Titans and Kansas City. I'm calling the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Titans 28-21. And I'm calling the 49ers to beat the Green Bay Packers 35-24. Let y'all know now, that's the Super Bowl right there. It's going to be KC and San Francisco. And I'll give you my prediction on the Super Bowl next week. Bottom line. All right, let me get into my CP segment. I'm so glad I can make you laugh, Nikki. I love you, girl. I do. Let me get into this. I have had email after email after email. I got like emails, a lot of emails. Let's just put it that way. I've had questions asked. I've had comments asked. Why? I explained in a video. I guess it's been about a week ago now. Actually probably 3-4 days ago. I can't remember when I actually put it up. I explained that I had to stop martial arts for a while, and people have been coming to me. Why have you stopped? What's going on? Is something wrong? All right, let me talk a little bit, and let's back up. I've been doing martial arts for 10 years. I've had CP my whole life. Okay, when I first started martial arts, I was nearly 300 pounds. I had no use of my legs. I couldn't move. I was out of shape, heavily winded. If I sneezed, I was winded. Tiger Martial Arts has done great things for me. I respect the heck out of them. I respect the owners. I respect the coaches. I respect the instructors. Everybody at Tiger Martial Arts, I love them very much. Am I stopping permanently? No. Am I stopping martial arts permanently? No. Am I stopping martial arts with Tiger? I wasn't going to answer this question on the air, but you know what? Sometimes you have to make a hard decision. When you feel that things are not going right for you, when you feel that something needs to change in your life. I titled this CP segment, Be Proud of Your Journey. Okay? And that's the beginning of the journey, the middle of the journey, the end of the journey, the entire journey that you are on. You want to be part of that journey, and you want to be happy about it. I believe in giving 100% in what I do or none at all. If I'm not going 100%, then I don't go. That's with everything that I do, everything that I am, everything that I've ever been. I believe in giving everything I've got to say this martial arts journey is important. This martial arts journey has been the most important journey in my life since 2010, when I started. I believe, talking about martial arts right now, I believe that if you cannot give all that you've got in what you do, you have to decide why. What is it in your journey that has to change? See, with cerebral palsy, being confined to a chair or being in a chair, 24 hours a day, except for the bathroom and except for the bedroom, things happen with your legs. Your legs go through atrophy. Your legs go through muscle loss. Your leg goes through tension and tightness. And if you don't work it and you don't do some kind of therapy, it's going to get smaller and it's going to get worse. Okay? Again, Tiger Martial Arts did a lot for me and has done a lot for me in this department through therapy, through stretching, through all of that. Now, I basically started martial arts to learn and get in better shape. As I started digging into martial arts and getting into the whole concept of martial arts, I realized very early, about 6 months in, that martial arts is not just something I want to do. Martial arts is a lifestyle I want to live. Welcome, Jack Dart, to the show. And I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for joining me. And honestly, you go through that first year, man, it was gung-ho. I dropped 60 pounds in the first 3 months, and I was fired up, and my gi was getting smaller, my waist was getting smaller, and I'm kicking and punching and learning new stuff. And I'm progressing, and I'm going white belt, yellow belt, orange belt, green belt, first green, and I keep going. And as you start to continue to drive, man, you get fired up. And in 2011, I went to my very first tournament. Now, let me explain something. For a lot of people, they think that martial arts in a chair is different. Okay, and in a way, it is, because you have to adapt a lot of stuff. And when your instructor teaches you, they have to adapt a lot of things to make it work for you. You can put all your techniques in a bag that you learn. Every technique doesn't work for everybody. Martial arts is that. It's an art, it's a lifestyle, it's a way of life, it's a way to get out stress, better grades, confidence. Yeah, I told you, y'all, I get rolling on this martial arts thing, y'all, and I'm going to get to my email question in a minute, and now that Jack Dart's here, I'm going to read it out loud. As I go through and I continue to talk about this, everybody has been asking me, you posted that you had to stop martial arts for a while. I got some finances I got to pay down on my van because I'm working on that. Okay. I have not stopped martial arts permanently. Let me get that out. Let me read this email. This email is from Jalen Thompson from Houston, Texas. And he says, I saw the 2 martial arts seminars that you put on while I was in Houston. I thought they were great. I think Tiger Martial Arts, he put Tiger, but Tiger Martial Arts is a great facility. I watched your video Tuesday, and I heard that you were stopping martial arts for a while. Are you okay? What's going on? Can you please explain? Please continue to fight. Please continue to learn. Please continue to do your best. Jalen Thompson, Houston, Texas. All right. Jalen, thank you for the email. I appreciate it. Let me go over this. Am I done with martial arts? No. Am I done with Tiger? That's been the big question here, because everybody has heard some of my concerns with Tiger Martial Arts and this, that, and the other. In martial arts, you have to be fed. if you are not fed in martial arts, if you do not get nutrients in martial arts, if you are not growing in martial arts, you have to realize, point blank, you got to make a change. Now, I want to go back to what I was saying, and I'm going to make a change. Am I done with Tiger Martial Arts? Yes. Yes, probably so. I'm probably completely done with Tiger Martial Arts. Why? Nothing against the people, nothing against the instructors. It just, I've reached a point where it's time to make a decision as to, are you getting the best nutrients that you can get? Are you happy with where you are? And the answer to that question is no. Now, I'm not going to go into all of that. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, touch a little bit about it, but this is on my journey for martial arts. So in 2011, I went to a tournament called Battle of the Seven Cities. Okay? Now, you got to remember, okay, I'm 28 years old, or 29. I was 28. I'm sorry, 28 then. I'd never been to a tournament before. Clifton Whitaker, one of my mentors and best friends, who was a trainer with me, who trained me at Tiger Martial Arts for almost 9 years. He's been with me every step of the way. Wish him well. His health is not doing very well, but we love him and we miss you, Mr. Whitaker. He took me to a tournament. And I met a young man, and I watched this tournament, and something inside me snapped, man. I'm like, God, I gotta do this. It lit a fire under me, like I was just I'm sitting on the edge of my seat on the bleachers, trying not to go over the little line that you're not supposed, because spectators ain't supposed to be on the floor. And I'm watching this man. And I'm like, oh my God. And I see these people throwing kicks and punches and wearing this gear. I'm like, I got to do this. I have to do this. I want to do that. I made a decision that day. So I went to Grandmaster Jack Dart, and I met him. And y'all, if you ain't met Master Jack Dart, look. Y'all got to meet this dude. First and foremost, look good in the suit. Don't matter what he wear. Look good in the suit. Blue ones, orange ones, red ones, pink ones, green ones, all the colors of the rainbow. I tell you what, 2011, that day, June 2nd, 2011 changed my life. And y'all forgive me if I get emotional, because I wanted to spar, and I asked Jack if I could spar in his tournament. And I met him, and I said, I love your tournament. I think you do a wonderful job. I met some very interesting people. I met Jeff Denmark then. I met Master Clay then. I met Jack Dart then. I met his wife. I met his children, Asia and Rico. I met Ms. Munch. I met his wife. And okay, I got a shirt. I got a shirt. The first tournament I ever went to, got a shirt. I was very, very happy. I felt like the knowledge that I had gotten just from watching. I had an appetite. I was hungry. I wanted to get more. I wanted to find more. I wanted to learn more. So I started communicating with Master Jack. We didn't start communicating daily until 2012. I'll get to 2012 in a minute. Well, 2011, I went around to 4 other tournaments. And I'm not going to say what those tournaments were, okay? Because later on, I sparred in them tournaments. But anyway, I went around to these tournaments, and I said, listen, I want to spar. I was a first purple when let's see. I want to say probably I was either a orange or green belt then, going into 2011. I have to go back and look back. Probably yellow to orange, somewhere in there. But as I continued to dig in, I started asking different tournaments. I started going to every tournament I could go to, paying spectator fees and learning. And I competed. The first tournament I ever competed in, the very next year, was Grandmaster Jack Dart's tournament, Battle of the Seven Cities 2012. Before that, I had gone to 4 of the tournaments and I said, I want to spar. Can I please spar? And I was told no by 4 different representatives, not necessarily instructors, 4 different representatives of those tournaments. And I asked why, and they said, well, it's up to the people that hold the tournament to use their discretion whether a person can spar or not. And I asked because, is it because I'm in a wheelchair? And they said mainly yes, because if you spar and you're in a chair, you have you're more of a liability was the word that was used to hurt someone else. And when I asked why, I said, if 2 points for a kick and you kick me in the chest or the stomach, or 2 points for a kick and 1 point for a punch, that's how most tournaments work, sparring rules. I said, how is that, a liability when they're not kicking my chair? Well, they could get their foot caught on it. Well, does that mean they can't control their kick? So I went on and I was told that when I was very frustrated in 2011. Well, I asked Jack, could I spar in 2011? His first words was, why not? He did not. He saw my chair. Okay, and this is what I want you to think about, because this is powerful right here. The type of man that Jack Dart is, when he sees talent, when he understands talent, when he knows talent, he wants that talent to be out. From 2011 on, I never stopped talking to Jack Dart. I never stopped trying to get as much information as I could from Grandmaster Jack Dart, because I started going to his studio. I started watching, how he taught classes, how he disciplined his children in his studio, and I saw the creed up on his wall, and I began to wonder. Back then, I said, did I make the right decision here? I said, dang, Jack don't let me spar, and nobody else ain't gonna let me spar. I don't understand what's going on. So we move forward to 2012, and I'm gonna jump a little bit. I don't mean physically jump. I might scare somebody. I jumped forward to 2012, my first time competing in Battle of the Seven Cities. I remember that moment for me, and how good I felt, because I worked hard at Tiger, and the instructors work hard, because I did a lot of hand sparring that first time, and I did well. I placed in both events, and I sparred. I didn't win, but I had 3 fights my first year, and I lost all 3, but I competed. And I did the best I could. And I went to Jack and I told Jack, I said, thank you for giving me the opportunity to spar in your tournament. Jack, I remember, got down at my level on his knee and shook my hand. Now, let me explain something to you. Jack has a very distinct way that he trains, and Jack produces world champions. I'm going totally honest here. If you don't like what I say, leave. Jack produces world champions. Every chance he gets, every student he gives or has, he gives the same opportunity and the same motivation. He's not biased. He's not unfair. He knows the name of all his students. And I ask him here today because he is probably one of the most let me rephrase that. He is one of the most influential individuals with my martial arts training. I'm getting a call here. I don't know who that is, but I ain't answering because I'm on my show. I I can't say enough about him because he put that hunger in my life to be able to fight and to be able to know that I was worth it and I deserved a chance. So we go on that year, 2012, 2013. I ask again, and they realize, wait a minute, he competed in Jack's tournament. I'm going to have him compete in my tournament. I competed in the old school. I competed in Commonwealth games. I competed in Battle of the Seven Cities. I competed in Superstar Classic. I'm going to jump forward to 2015. Boy, let me tell you what, 2015, I got married in December. In 2015, I started getting big. I got a black belt in 2015. I started competing big time. Okay, now tournaments cost money. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm talking to Jack once a week. You know, I'm trying to get in there, and I went to a tournament, man, and I got my butt handed to me. I was mad. And I tried to play it off. I tried to play it off like I weren't mad. Jack knew I was mad. I mean, boy, I had wait a minute, I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry. 2015, I go to Battle of the Seven Cities again. I've been to 8 in a row. Battle of the Seven Cities. 8 Battle of the Seven Cities in a row. 2015, I fight the first. I fought Mr. Williams. I fought another young man. I can't remember his name. I apologize. And I get all the way up. I get all the way up to the end. I was the fight before the fight for the grand championship. And man, let me tell you, I fought Isaiah Place the first time. And the whole time that I'm there, I hear Jack in the back, move your chair, stay focused, go for it. And I'm listening, and I remember the moment, and it's a close fight. I mean, it's back and forth, and me and Isaiah are in there, and we're battling, okay? You get 2 black belts battling, and Isaiah's much higher ranked than me, okay? But it's done by division. So anyway, it come up, and I lost the fight 7-6. I will never forget that fight. Never, ever, ever forget that fight. Jack is in the background. Stay there. You're fine. Relax. Move your chair. And I remember everything he said. Okay, now keep in mind, and I'm being real. My instructors over there ain't saying nothing. And I'm just like, I'm going to be honest. I was like, what the world going on here? So the fight is over. And I realized I lost, and sweat is pouring down my face. And who right there behind me? Jack come up, pat me on the shoulder. Welcome, guys, as you come in. Welcome. And I remember that moment that people start cheering. And it gets louder. And I hear, DJ, and it gets louder, and it gets louder, and it gets louder, and it gets louder. And I'm trying to compose myself because I'm a martial artist. You got to be professional. You got to be respectful. You got to, stay the course, And I can't contain it. I finally throw my arm up in the air like this, and the tears flowed because that's the moment I realized that it happened. That's the moment that everything clicked. That's the moment when I realized where I was supposed to be. That's the moment I knew it was worth it. Not because of and I got the loudest standing ovation I've ever gotten, and I lost the fight. To understand the magnetism of that, you got to realize something. You can learn a lot more from a loss than you can from a win. And Jack said this. I remember his words after that tournament because I was so excited and so because I trained so hard. I had placed first in kata in my division and went to the Grand Championship. Didn't win that one, but I still placed. I placed, went to all the way to the Grand Championship fight there. And I said, Jack, I just couldn't get it done. Master Jack, I just couldn't get it done. Jack said, listen, DJ, when you start winning, you're going to hit a streak. You're going to hit a streak. And when you start going, it's going to hit. And you're not going to know until it's there. Let me jump forward. 2016. Same tournament. I fight Isaiah again. Fight Isaiah the old school this time. And I did. I fought and I gave everything I had. Boy, 2016, boy, I get there and I fight Jeff Denmark. And I fight Isaiah Pace again. And they whoop me. They whooped me beyond any form of anything. I mean, I was hot. I was mad. I didn't slam the helmet or nothing like that. I smiled, hugged them both. Good fight, gave my best. Lost my first fight 7-4. Lost my second fight 7-3. Lost my third fight 7-2. I had a bad. It was a rough tournament. I was all good until I got home. And I said, Master Jack, I can't get this move. Isaiah held his leg out, and I can't figure it out. I can't do it. I'm mad. We're in the middle of Jack's dojo. My van is broke. Door broke. Jack said, come outside. I said, sir. He said, just come outside. Calm down. Just come outside. And I remember the moment, and we're sitting there, man, and we're talking, and I'm like frustrated. I'm trying not to cry, and I'm upset, I'm mad. Jack said, come here. He held his leg up, right? And he held his leg up. He said, all you got to do is turn your chair to the side. I said, oh, my God. At that moment, a light went off. And I'm frustrated. I go, how in the hell did I not see it? Why? And I look at Jack. I said, why did I know? And Jack said, because you're trying to solve the whole thing in one move. You can't do that. You got to just move your chair. What do I always tell you? Move your chair. Bring this hand up here. Cover your stomach here. And move your chair. Make him move to the side. And it was like God just went, sit there and be quiet for a minute and just take it in. So 4 tournaments I lost in 2017. I got some first places, but I lost 4 tournaments in 2016. Jump forward, 2017. Best year of my life this far. I competed in 4 tournaments. First time I had ever competed one after the other. I mean, I trained and I ate and I drank water and I trained. I'm talking about full. Jack was with me in every tournament I was in. Every single tournament, Jack's tournament, old school tournament, Commonwealth Games, and the Superstar Classic, Superstar Championship Old School Martial Arts Tour. I remember I got up at 4 a.m. with Clifton Whitaker, myself, Mike Smith, and my wife, and y'all forgive me because I feel it coming. That tournament, I remember sitting there at the beginning, and Grandmaster Preston Rogers was giving out awards. Now, I had competed in 3 tournaments earlier that year. One in February, one in March, or excuse me, one in February, one in April, one in June, and one in November. November the 11th, 2017, 10:30 in the morning. They are announcing awards for Black Belt of the Year. And I'm just listening. I'm thinking, okay, who gonna get this? And Grandmaster Preston Rogers called my name. And I kind of went, what? How, what? Black Belt of the Year? What? I'm like, I didn't know what to say. I had only been competing a few years. I said, do I deserve this? What's going on? Little did I know what was about to happen. I had no idea, none. Jack is there. Master Clay is there. Master Rogers is there. Master Vaughn. With 22 black belts, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, 10th. There's a Q Don in the crowd. I cannot remember his name. One of the oldest living Q Dons. And he come down and shook my hand. I'm like, this dude is a 10th degree black belt. Are you kidding me? To shake the hand of a 10th degree black belt is, I can't put it into words, y'all see, because it's something that the honor in that, to be training so long to reach Q Don. Oh God, I was blown away. And then the tournament still got to happen. So let me explain this while I got a few minutes. I got like 4 minutes left. I competed in kata, I competed in breaking, and I competed in sparring. I won first, and I won my first ever grand championship in my life. I cannot tell you how it feels. I cannot sit here and put into words how that day felt, to have so many people with me that day to come with me and see that grand championship won. It didn't just make it all worthwhile. But the first and last person to shake my hand when I entered that tournament, aside from Grandmaster Preston Rogers, was Jack Dart. And Jack has coached me. Jack has taught me. Jack has believed in me since I first met him. And I can't put into words the honor that I have for him. Jack never misses my call, ever. Every time I got a question, every time I need to talk, every time I need a martial arts something answered, he's always sending me stuff about people in wheelchairs doing katas and sparring, and just see, you can do it too. Just keep going. And I told him kind of what I was going through, and who's right there to continue it but Jack. And it's because of that I haven't stopped. To have a mentor in my life like Jack and Clifton Whitaker and Preston Rogers and Mr. Clay, there are so many that just, Jack, if Jack don't hear from me, he'll call me. Now see, that right there, to me, makes me feel fed. Who asked me to stand on my legs every day? Who asked me to stand on my legs every day and work and get toward it and figure it out and fix it? And who asked me to put myself in a position to where I could stand up on my own? Who asked me to work hard and get my legs back in shape? Who asked me all that? One man. One man asked me for a favor. And he said, what I want you to do, he said, I want you to go and work every day. Work on your legs. Work on your legs. You got to get your legs strong. You got to get your legs strong. You got to get them strong. You got to work on it. You got to get them strong, right? I don't know if y'all can see this, but I'm working on it. And I'm going to stand up right here, right now, because the man that's watching on the TV asked me a favor. And he asked me to stand up and work every day to where I could stand up for a minute or 2 or 3 or 4. I'm at 6. I'm at 6 minutes now. I'm at 6 minutes now. I can sit down right there, just like that, and I can come up one more again. I believe in Jack Dart because Jack believes in me. Jack gave me that same opportunity that he's given every student he's ever had. And I'll never forget it. No matter what anybody tells you, no matter what anybody says to you about not being able to do something, I promise you, if you believe in it hard enough, and you got a mentor to stand beside you and push you through to the end, and it's going to be hard, but you can. I promise you, you can. And because of him, and because of the way he asked me, I did it. I did it. And it wasn't just for him. It was for me. Thousands of people will tell you you can't. But true friends and true mentors will tell you you can. And I did. And I will continue to push through. And I will continue to call Jack. And I will continue to take martial arts until the day that I die. Because martial arts is not a one-time thing. Martial arts is not an all-the-time thing. Martial arts is a lifestyle. And you either live it or you don't. You can get in shape. And it hurts. It hurts. I'm not going to lie. It hurts. But you know what? I'm going to read this out loud. It's not the outside the instructors work on. It's the inside we that work on. It's you that creates you. You and God. Awesome on your feet. Thank you. I'll see y'all next Wednesday on the Sports Minion Radio Show. Y'all can reach me on my YouTube channel, the Sports Minion Radio Show at youtube.com. You can reach me on the Facebook Live page, the Sports Minion Radio Show /Facebook. You can reach me at the Sports Minion Radio Show at yahoo.com. Just remember, when they tell you you can't, I promise you, you can. I love y'all. I love you, Master Jack. Thank you. Y'all take it easy.